didn't teach me what it meant to be a woman. My mom didn't teach me anything about virginity. My mom didn't teach me about my period. My mom didn't teach, like, nobody taught me anything growing up. So I just had to figure out life on my own, and I had to go through life without a flashlight, right? And Flawed and Content here, where we are talking about the mother wound. Okay. So there was something that I wanted to talk about today, and just because I did another video, I just started this video and I just went straight for the goal. So maybe I should just talk about who I am. My name is Danielle. I am 30. I'll be 39 this month, right? And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I remember being, 18, 19, really full of anger and fear and, disappointment and stuff like that, because my mom abandoned me at 18, 19 years old. Like, my mom literally dipped on me, you know what I mean? She sent me to my grandmother's house, and that was just like the end of our relationship. She came back when I was 25, and when I was 25 years old, I had to tell her, was like, the choices that you made really hurt me. And, that was the beginning of my healing journey. That was what started my healing journey, so that I can really, really start working on my heart. Because deep down inside, I knew my mother wound would be a hindrance to me finding love. Not just necessarily intimate love, but like a good friendship, or, just starting my journey of becoming a woman and stuff like that. Because my mom didn't teach me what it meant to be a woman. My mom didn't teach me anything about virginity. My mom didn't teach me about my period. My mom didn't teach, like, nobody taught me anything growing up. So I just had to figure out life on my own, and I had to go through life without a flashlight, right? And I am grateful for where I am right now. I took a lot of turns, dips, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that, only to realize that I just need to embrace who I am. Nobody's judgment or anything like that. Just embrace who I am. So, like I said, I'm 39 years old. 38, 39. I'm a licensed practical nurse. I don't have any children, and I'm grateful for that as well. I've been pregnant twice. I have PCOS, and I've been pregnant twice. And the last time that I was pregnant, it ended up in a miscarriage. And at that moment, I realized that you have to be very diligent, right? Or you have to be very patient on the partner that you choose to have children with, right? You have to really know how to vet your partner for who you have children with, and also just wait for who God has in store for you. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't have to really rack your brain on who God has in store for you, or what God has in store for you, if you just embrace the fact that God has somebody in store for you, or everything is working out in your favor. If you embrace that, I'm not here to indoctrinate anybody, but just embracing that everything is going to be okay, right? So, like I said, my mom abandoned me when I was 18, 19. She wanted to be in another relationship, I guess, where she must have felt more appreciated. And I totally get it. As I've gone through my healing journey, you want to be appreciated. You want to feel that you're with somebody that actually cares about you. You want to feel secure. You want to be, supported. You want to feel like you can talk to this person. And I get it. I've seen my parents when I was younger not happy with one another, and I actually found out that my father doesn't even like my mother, and that really hurt me. But I get it. People go through what they had to go through, only to find out that he was with her because he was utilizing her. And I get it, because of the simple fact of the things that I've been through personally in relationships and stuff like that. I get it, So I recently went on a 3-month hiatus after intentionally healing for 3 to 4 years or something like that. My healing journey began once I started asking God for children. I think it actually started way earlier than that, once I stopped eating meat. I stopped eating meat in May of 2021. And ever since then, that's when life started to get a little bit funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, life started to get a little different around the time of me having to let go of people, places, things. You know, my desires started to change. I needed to leave New York City. If you need to heal, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is to leave your hometown. Do not stay in your hometown. Get your butt up and get out of your hometown because that is going to help you dig deep. You know, you're going to start being inspired by more questions that help you dig deep and stuff like that. And if you want to go see a therapist, go see a therapist, okay? But I really feel like journaling and getting your thoughts out on paper, rereading your journaling and stuff like that. Even if you can go to like meetings, I feel like going to like meetings where people sit down and talk and just, you know, and just spill their guts and stuff like that to people who've gone through trauma and things like that. I might start a little group where, you know, we talk about our emotions and our feelings and just, you know, who hurt you and what hurt you and stuff. I might just do that because I thought about this some time ago, and I might just start getting into that groove and stuff like that, because there's things around this mother wound that I really want to cultivate to help people. You know, me healing my own wound, because I'm a licensed practical nurse. Me healing my own wound has really helped me see that, okay, there's a lot of people out there that need to get past their pain. Because once you get past the pain, this is where the fear can start to dissolve as well, because a lot of people are living in fear as well. Right now, I put out a video that my healing my wound has left me homeless, and right now I am currently homeless. I'm living in the shelter, but I don't even look at it as being homeless because of the fact that I have a roof over my head and being grateful for what I have at this moment. You feel me? Like, I just feel grateful for what I have at this moment because I had to let go of so much. This healing is allowing you to let go of so much pain and hurt and disgust and, you know, feeling obligated. Oh, I need an apology for what? What do you need an apology for? Just heal. You don't need nobody's apology because the body is going to do what it needs to do. It depends on what mind state you're in. If you're in a good mind state, that's going to heal and it's going to do what it needs to do. If you're in a negative mind state, you're going to be draining, oozing, and all this type of stuff. Wound is going to be funky and looking nasty and causing you discomfort. You don't need nobody's apology. You need to just forgive. I didn't say forget, but you need to forgive. You need to understand that what you went through is to strengthen you to become a stronger version of yourself. Allow that idea to really, really exude in your life, is that you need to become a stronger version of yourself. Excuse me. I'm in New York City, baby. Born and raised in New York City. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love New York. I love it. Now I can get myself a hoodie that says I love New York, because I didn't love New York before. This is where my trauma is. This is where my triggers are. This is what it is, you know. And God has placed me in a place where I can embrace New York City from a different point of view. God has placed me where I can embrace New York City from a different point of view, because I've been asking for things. I have been asking for things, and I feel like I'm right on the cusp. Right? And I want you to be happy like me. You know what I mean? I want you to be happy like me. So I'm going to work on getting like a mother wound trauma, or just a trauma conversation healing type thing where we can, you know, embrace making new friends. Because I know a lot of us are alone. I don't have no family. A lot of us are alone. But you have, even though you don't have people, you still have to be happy within yourself. I'm content with being alone. I grew up alone, so therefore I enjoy my solitude. But getting to know people and getting to understand people's traumas from a different point of view is something that I'm actually interested in. Yeah. You hear that? So I went on a hiatus for 3 months in Mexico, and God provided, because my money ran out by the 25th day of me being out there. And I was still able to eat. I was still able to have a roof over my head. I was still able to shower. I was still able to do everything that I needed to do. I met a female out there who was pregnant alone from a different country, and I really stood my ground when I was given that opportunity to see a birth. I saw a whole birth, and I was grateful to see that birth, because I've been asking for that opportunity, and I saw it, and I'm gonna see if I have any pictures that I could put of me holding the baby. Also, I'm gonna see if I could get the picture of me cutting the umbilical cord as well. But I am grateful for allowing this healing journey, this hiatus, to allow me to let go of whatever might have been bothering me, right? Because I had to sit down and figure out what was bothering me. I had to exclude myself from everything. My best friend, my father. My father was my best friend. I got a lot of emotions when it came to him, but just to let him go, it was very seamless to let go. I had to let go of my mother. I had to go no contact on my mother. I had to go no contact on my sister. I had to go no contact on a lot of people. Well, I didn't know a lot of people, but I had to go no contact on my family, right? And also in this process, God has also told me that I needed to let go of my career, because it was draining me, and there's other things that I want to step into. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, I'm just grateful, I'm just grateful for being at this point right now where I can exude this love and emotions to people who are out here, going through trauma, going through having a hard time forgiving, going through a hard time of letting go, and just, being someone that actually understands that it's okay to feel this pain, but it's also not okay to hold on to it. You want to live your best life. You want to understand that things can actually come close to you if you allow yourself to let go. The trauma is always going to be there. The pain is always going to be there, but it's your perspective that needs to change throughout this process. Your perspective needs to change on how you perceive this pain, because now I perceive this pain as something that's very helpful. I perceive it as a gift. Actually, I perceive it as something that is going to help me become a better version of myself. I perceive it as something that was here to teach me what I needed to know. Because when I met that woman, she was abandoned by a man, the man who very much got her pregnant, right? Right before she was about to give birth, 2 months before she was about to give birth, he blocked her and abandoned her and left her all by her lonesome. And it was by the grace of God that her business did what it did, so that she can have that child with no issues. Money was a little bit tight, but we were able to get through, right? And this is what the mother wound has taught me. Make sure your money is up. Make sure your cup is full. And make sure that you are thankful and grateful. Make sure that you're a light in spirit. Make sure you don't have anything harboring you deep down inside. Right? Because this is what the mother wound wants you to not walk in your femininity. The mother wound wants you to not be confident in who you are. The mother wound wants you to be sad. But I'm here to say that the mother wound is also here to teach you. So you have two spectrums that you can be on. You can be a victim. How can my mother leave me, and this, that, and the third, and da. Or you can be a survivor. How can I help people? Because this no longer bothers me no more. I'm no longer triggered by this. Because at the end of the day, just like I'm making myself happy back in the day when my mother abandoned me, she was making herself happy as well. Right? She was making herself happy as well. That's what she went to go do. And I have written all of that out on my page. It's underneath the post. If you want to go read that, you can go read that. But she went to go make herself happy. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't go back in time and say, you stupid bitch, why would you leave me in this and that? She had to leave me because she didn't have nothing to teach me. She was still learning herself. And this is how I look at the mother wound. She was still learning herself. She was still trying to figure herself out. She was still trying to love herself. She was still trying to do all of these things. Just like it took me 20 years to realize that I even had a mother wound. It took me 20 years to realize that. And I'm glad that it took me 20 years to realize that, because I'm at a great point in my life right now where I can really trust, where I could be honest with myself. Like, everything is a package deal right now. Because had I did it earlier, I probably wouldn't even know what to do with it. You know, everything happens at divine timing. I totally believe that. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And if you're coming across my video, same concept. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen for you. So if you have a mother wound, it's time for you to start working on it. You know, I need to really sit down and work on some questions on what I can ask. And the question, not even work on some questions. The questions that I ask myself to get through this whole process. But if you have a mother wound, then, you know, it's time for you to work on that. It's time for you to really heal that. It's time for you to feel what you feel and work through it. You know, don't be afraid of it. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't feel like you can't do it. Don't feel like you're not supposed to question it because that's your mother. Don't feel like you can't go no contact on your mother. Don't feel like you can't, you know, feel some ill ways towards your mother, because that's exactly what I did. I felt ill towards her at the beginning, but then I was just like, you know what? She had to do what she had to do. She did. She had to do what she had to do. And that was that. That's how I got through my healing journey, by understanding that my mother did what she had to do, which was to leave me and go be with somebody else. Because as I've healed and gone through this journey and stuff like that, I realized that she could have been going through postpartum depression. My father could have been abusing her. My grandmother was rude to her. Her mother was rude to her. Her family didn't mess with her. There was a lot of negative things that was going on in my mother's life. I didn't see not one positive thing going on in her life. You know, and I'm not laughing at her to laugh at her, but I'm just saying, like, there was just a lot of negative things going on in her life. And that's probably because she was living her life in regret. You know, and I don't know where my mother is to this day. I don't know if she's alive or 6 feet under, but I know that her life was a life of struggle and she wasn't happy. And because I know that, I don't want to live that way. So let me clean up my act. And that's how I'm looking at the mother wound. So if you have a mother wound and you still depressed and you still seeking validation, you still seeking why she did this and why she talking to me that way and blah, 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 you have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of work to do. You know, like I said, I was still talking to my mother even after finding out that she, you know, she couldn't help me. She abandoned me. Even after that, I still accepted her. But there came a point where I was just like, you know what? I really need to focus on how I feel. What do I feel? I don't want to go through this blind anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's going to pop up. It's going to pop up. You know, and I really had to think about it, like, would I want this lady around my children if I had children? You know what I mean? I had to really scrutinize everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the real deal. This is the things that were going through my head. No matter if it's your mother or not, she's just a person playing her part in your life. And what you do with it is up to you. What you do with it is up to you, because this is your wound. This is your wound, and how you treat it is up to you. How you pay attention to it is up to you at this point. Your mother wound now is up to you. And I said this in the previous video before I got all this confidence, baby. Before I got all this confidence, I said this in another video. This wound is yours. So, live and direct from New York City, Flawed and Content, Danielle here. I'll be back with another video. I'll figure out what I want to talk about next. But I have a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. there's an aspect of the mother wound as being witchcraft, and that's something that I need to explore as well. And I'm in a shelter right now, so the female that I'm actually bunking with right now, she is into the Bible, so maybe I'll find out from her if she knows, because she as well was abandoned by her mother, witchcraft and all this, schizophrenia, parents, mother is full of mental disorders. And that's another thing our mothers could have been dealing with, mental disorders. Mental disorders is another thing that our mothers could have been dealing with. So that's why I don't even take it personal anymore. I don't take it personal no more, because of the simple fact that there's a lot of crap that could have been going on. There's a lot of crap that could have been going on. But what's more important is for you to take time out to really analyze how you feel. Take time out to feel what you feel and move on. This mother wound is not here for you to stay in this negative energy forever. Okay? There's so much life to live. There's so much things to do. There's so many parts of you that you have not even explored yet. And being a mother wounded warrior, she's proud of herself. So do the things that's gonna make you proud of yourself. Okay? Peace for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.